Creativity changes the everyday. Creativity is beautiful. Creativity is active. Creativity is freedom. Alpha NEX5 debut.
Sony.
Well, Sally Gregory, if I did a big roar now, I mean, do crocodiles roar?
Not quite.
Oh, what do they do?
No, they make a few different sounds.
Like
actually,
what?
but,
Can you show me one? Can you demonstrate one for me?
Oh, not really.
Oh,
No.
come on, Sally, you can do it. Well, listen, there's a couple of things here. I'm at Crocosaurus Cove in the heart of Darwin City. Well, I'm actually not there. I'm in Perth, but you're from Crocosaurus Cove in the heart of Darwin City. And brand new for 2012, the big croc feed experience. And you're also going to tell me about the Cage of Death.
I know, it's quite an ominous
Let's
name.
start with the Cage of Death.
Alright, well, it is Australia's only crocodile dive, and as you said, it's based in the heart of Darwin City, so you don't have to go very far to be able to dive with some of the biggest crocodiles in the world.
Whoa.
It operates on an overhead monorail system, so you actually jump into the cage. One or two people can get into the cage at one time, and you get about 15 minutes water time with up to 3 or 4 different crocodiles.
Hang on, so the cage goes on a monorail,
Yes.
and then what? It drops you into the water,
Drops
or
into the water.
The cage, the monorail goes in the water.
That's right.
And you're in the cage.
No, the monorail operates overhead, but then it lowers you down into the cage and then into the water rather. And then basically submerges you into the same water that the crocodiles are swimming in.
Well, if you just move your head just slightly, is that an image behind there?
It is, yes.
Oh my goodness! Now that is enough to make you pass out, isn't it? So has he got a name, that big fella? I don't mean the one in the cage. I mean the croc.
Yeah, that's Snowy.
Snowy. Oh,
Yeah,
lovely.
that's
Just what a
Snowy.
sweet little fellow.
We've actually got Bert, who was actually the crocodile they used in the Crocodile Dundee movie as well.
Bert's still alive?
He's still alive. He's about 80, 85 years old.
Is he a bit grumpy?
Extremely, actually.
Yeah.
He is. He used to kill all the females that he was put into breed with out in the farm.
What a considerable young fellow. A considerate young fellow. I mean, that's not...
No.
You know?
He's very much a confirmed bachelor, actually, these days.
This is a brand new cylindrical design, it says. So people go into that thing, okay, and then there's glass or perspex between them and the croc.
Absolutely, yeah, it is enough of them to keep them safe. But as I said, so we submerge them down into the water, and they have about 5 minutes in that particular enclosure. So the crocodiles, being reptiles, and they tend to like conserving energy rather than wasting it. They do like to get quite inquisitive, swim around. Sometimes they have a bit of a snap at it as well.
But sometimes they might not move at all because they're full and they've eaten. And
sometimes they don't. But again, I've done the experience myself.
Oh, you've done it?
Were fairly quiet. To have the tail was just resting on the cage when I was there, and it was quite amazing just to be that close to it.
It's
Knowing
incredible.
That perspex wasn't there, it'd be a goner for sure. So,
I hope it's very strong perspex.
It is, yes. No, it is. We personally guaranteed. We put the staff in there before we put any of the customers in there when we first.
Oh, so you don't mind the staff getting eaten? No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. Staff can be eaten here. Okay, now the big croc feed experience. Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, okay, so it is a brand new tour that we've just launched this year, and what we found is that we've got some of the biggest crocodiles in the world right in the centre of Darwin. People can watch them being fed, but to actually participate in feeding them was something new. So hence we put the tour together, just small groups, maximum 6 people in each time slot.
Just 6, yeah?
And they get a chance to hold reptiles that are extremely rare and that everyone else doesn't get a chance to hold, and they get to feed some of the whiplays and barramundi and things in the aquarium, and then participate in the croc feeding show.
Goodness me. So you say you're located, so you're in Mitchell Street, right in the middle of the city of Darwin. So you've got a big plot there with lots of crocs inside and heavily guarded and all that sort of stuff.
Very heavily guarded.
So they can't go wandering around the shops of Darwin,
No, the crocs can't. No.
Cool.
The people can. Yeah, we've got over 200 crocodiles in the centre.
How many?
Over 200. So yeah, lots of little babies. And
Yeah, but that's still a lot of crocodiles.
And some really big ones. So yes, we do keep them very safely.
Because crocodiles on the Northern Territory are sort of synonymous, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Because there are lots of them.
Yeah, very.
But obviously, if people deal with them in a very safe and responsible manner, even if they're outside in the countryside or whatever, then they're safe.
Well, I guess Australia has two different types of crocodiles, the saltwater and the freshwater, and they've got very different behavioural patterns in regards to how they actually are with human beings. So
what are these?
Salties, and they're actually known out of all the 23 different species around the world. Saltwater crocodiles are the most ferocious, the most predatorial. So anywhere where there's a sign that says beware of crocodiles, absolutely
beware.
Massively seriously.
Yes.
You know, with freshwater crocodiles, they're a bit more skittish and generally sort of a bit more scared of human beings. Not, I mean, I guess as a rule, but they're very different persons.
Well, the message is though quite clearly: if you're in a croc area, keep away. Do as the people that know tell you, and don't mess around. And go to somewhere like Crocosaurus Cove and see them in a safe environment.
Definitely, and I guess that's the key as well. And what we like to encourage is obviously the Northern Territory is an amazing place to get out and see the nature that does exist. But I think having something in the city just complements what they might see in the wild and might not see as much of, or they want to learn a little bit more about crocodiles before they go out into the wild and see them. So yeah, I think our product just works really well with all the beautiful things they can actually see while they're in the top room as well.
Well, Sally, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Even though we've been talking about snappy crocodiles and sort of predatorial people, but look, great message, and sounds like a great thing to see and visit. So next time I'm up in Darwin, I'm not sure about the cage of death or whatever you call it, though. So, but thank you for your time. Now, one quick thing: where can people find out more information about the cage, the Crocosaurus Cove, the croc feeding experience, and all that?
If they go to our website, which is just croccove.com, all the information is there, and obviously from a travel agent perspective, they can find it through most of the wholesalers and retail travel agents around the world.
Fantastic. www.croccove.com.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I'll snap off now and disappear and hopefully find no crocs here in Perth.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.